How we doing, everybody? This is That Our Nerd coming at you with a very fast video on how to rename columns within Pandas. Again, I am making a whole series on Pandas tips and tricks, so if you find this one helpful, maybe check out some of the other ones in the playlist. All right, here we go. So we're just going to use the iris dataset as our dummy dataset. And so we're going to do from sklearn.datasets import load iris. And that's going to load us the iris dataset. We're also going to want to import pandas as PD, obviously, since we're going to be doing this in a pandas data frame. And what we're going to do is we're going to say iris is equal to load iris. And this is just going to load all possible data about the iris dataset, everything you would ever want to know in your whole life about these flowers. So then we'll make our data frame. So what we're going to do is we're going to say data is equal to pd.dataframe. All right, so we're making a data frame, and we're going to make this from iris data. And the columns we're going to put in are going to be just A, B, C, and D. So we'll take a look. So now we have our data frame, 150 rows, 4 columns. But these column names are just kind of junk, right? And so there's one of two ways that we can update these column names. The first one is if you want to rename all of the columns. And so what you do there is you would say data.columns is equal to, and then you just give it a list of whatever column names that you have. So we'll say sepal length, sepal width, petal length, and D. We'll just leave that last one is incorrect for now. So we'll look at data, and we now have our new columns that we passed in. Again, this is only going to work if you're renaming all the columns. But what if you just want to rename one or just a couple of columns? Well, how you do that is by doing a data.rename. And then what we pass it here is the columns are equal to, and then you give it a dictionary with whatever original column name you have and then the new one. Right? So our original column name that we have is D, and we want to change that to petal width. Petal width. We want to do it as petal width. Right? If there was more, then you could just do comma separated and name 2 columns or whatever you need. Right? But you pass it that dictionary there. And then the last thing we'll do is in place is equal to true. And what this is going to do is it's going to keep it. If we didn't have that there, it would just be a temporary data frame. But if we run that and we look at data again, we now have all 4 columns properly labeled. Pretty nice. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like it so other people can find it. Subscribe if you want more of the best Pandas and Python content there is on YouTube. And you have a great day. Thanks for your time. You're really swell.